I'm doing the landscape on the Canson paper. I'd like to mark the middle because the middle is something that guides you into a good design. So there's three, 1, 2, and then this waterfall, sort of 3 cliffs. So we'll do the first cliff right down here below the middle and just kind of give it a little jagged edge and come about there. The next one is just before the middle, and it comes up, and then it comes over, and then I do another one beside it. Just add a few little jaggedy lines, then a plateau there, and we can probably put a little tree in, and then up higher past the middle, like that. There we have it. Now, that's a good division there, you see. Okay, now I put a little roundy one here, coming down. Break it up. There we go. We got 1, 2, 3, and 1 here. Okay, put just a few little jaggy lines here and there. If you want it to flatten out, put some flat lines like that. If you want a little vegetation, just a few little marks or a couple little marks down like that. You see? If you want that to look round, put some round marks in. See? Nicely done. Okay, here comes the waterfall. That's my favorite part. Let me bring it down a little more so you can see it. There it is right there. So the first thing I want to do is bring my little landform over like this, you see? And that's the cliff right there. Put a couple little straight lines on top. And then the water's coming along here, you see? So we'll just leave that cliff right there, and then we'll hop over to here. Oh good, we're underneath this, which is a little better than this one. I wanted to be underneath. Okay, so you add a few little vegetations there. And here's the important part, is a straight line, as straight as you can make it, coming right across. And one behind it. And maybe one more here. That's the water on top. And here comes the waterfall. The trick to the waterfall is it's coming over, so you want little triangles like this. Maybe a big one here. These are jagged rocks underneath the water, see? I'm going to do 3. And then maybe I'll add another one over here. And another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go with 5. And now the part that's very indicative of the water. Okay, you can see it. I'm going to pull it up a little bit so you can see it better. You want to make these sweep like round, see? So the water looks like it's coming over the side of the mountain. Coming down like that. Nice! I like that. And you can add a few little bubbles down here if you like. But I think it's time to put our tree in. So I'm going to use a Sharpie this time. It's kind of dull. I call them dullies, which is fine because this is a smaller, you see? So I put my little tree in there. Notice how thick this is. So rather than have just the thick line there, I add a few thick lines here. Otherwise, this will be all the same pen, and the tree will kind of stand out too much. So I put a few little thick lines here and there to echo the size of this line. Okay, so I go up, and then up this way, and there's my little tree flicking over here. Now you can see what I'm doing this with confidence because I've done it a few times. It doesn't have to be always the same. It can be different lots of different times. I think that's good. Now I take my little finer pen and I'm working on just making it a little different. There we go. Adding a few little things to it. This looks like a lonesome pine. There's the roots coming out, some vegetation, my little pine needle things. Actually, this pen's a little finer. Ah, see the Staedtler, quite fine. Now my sky is a little higher here. So now I take a look at my picture here, and I think I want to bring this branch up a little more, like that. Good enough. That goes aside because I've already done that, and you're putting yours in more. This is kind of a big tree. So I may add a few little trees here and there. Next is the big mountain here. I'm going to use this finer pen, and you can see it right here coming down. So I started up here and come down a couple of zigzags, bring it right behind here, right over. I'm bringing this one right across, a little different than this one. Every time is a little different. And then the peak mountains, I lose it there. Another one there. And I think I'll bring it right in here. There. Now I can add a couple little trees. How do I add the little trees? Well, if you take a look at, say, a close one here, I just go make a little line like that. And then I just scribble a little zigzag in, see? Like right there. Little zigzag in. Put some little bushes here. That's a little landform there, see? If you want to put a person in, put a person in. We got these little trees, you see? Little scrubby trees. Vegetation. And all over here, you can break the line up, you see? You don't want just a long, boring line. Add some little marks here and there. On here, some snow. And I think I'll leave the sky free, but just a couple little lines like that. There's a good start for a little landscape. Let's put some paint on it next. You've done all that you can do there. But we do have to add a couple little thicker lines, you see, I think, to balance out this thick line. Yeah, that's better. So balancing the thick and thin lines, I'll keep those in the distance, is important. Okay, we can do several versions of this, but the next thing to do is paint it.